Chapter 13. The Cost of Trying. Yoon POV. Taking a shaky breath, I let myself relax for taking the most important steps of my life. The step which will make me free again. I am finally able to break the unbreakable, to get out of the claw of the Kims, the most feared and dangerous family of South Korea. This isn't the first time I am escaping for my life, and, honestly, this life is far more better than the last one, but I won't be happy ever here. Because it lacks the soul of happiness, it lacks freedom. My smile never vanished from my face as my eyes are staring at the door with a racing heart. A few steps to go, and then I will make sure to never do a prank in my life. Neither will I let anyone do a prank. Just a simple joke can convert your life into the worst nightmare. Life always punishes you first before teaching a lesson, and I learned it quite well. Prank won't be a word in my vocabulary. I never hated something with this much darkness, but now I do, and finally I realized it's not Taewang I hate, but the core cause of all these incidents. The main reason why my calm and silent sea-like life is now surrounded by stormy clouds. Prank. I could have lost myself again. I could have lost my family. I could have lost my soulmate, my life, my Kai. But never again I am going to gamble anyone's life, just for fun. I wiped a tear, which escaped because of the bright rays of the future in this darkness, the light which only I can see. All this is possible just because of my anchor, my savior. He proved again, nothing and no one can stop him when I need help. He will do everything in his power to save me, just like now. I giggled like an idiot at the thought of meeting him again. I wanted to see him so badly, to hug him, to kiss him, to treat his wounds with my hands. Your touch can make me forget my worst pain. Kai's words roam in my ears. He said it when I was worried like hell, because that clumsy man fell from the stairs and broke his leg. Well, he wasn't the only clumsy. He fell while saving me. He always asks me to treat his wounds from then on. It relaxes him. A tear of sadness escaped this time. Now, who would have treated his wounds? Is he still in pain? Well, no worries, I am coming back, and then I won't let him get hurt again, not even for me. This is the last risk he took in his life. The risk of approaching me under the nose of Taewang, not that we exactly met. Taewang made sure no male could be seen under the radius of 100 meters around me. All the capable professors are replaced by dumb ones, just because of their gender, while God knows where all the boys of my class went. Well, who cares exactly? All I care about is my family and my love, who are actually safe right now. Tapping at my pocket, where I have the key of freedom, the note that showered all the love of Kai in just a few lines. The note from an anonymous sender I got 3 days ago, which I can undoubtedly tell who is. Who dared to slip it inside my locker secretly, who is so eager to save me that he risked his own life. Your white horse at the end of the forest, after 3 failures, is waiting for a sunrise. I am so thankful that we created a code language in our childhood. I never thought it would be useful like this. It can save my life. My eyes are sparkling with hope while I am staring at the back door of the mansion. It was so hard to reach here. Every step I took, the fear of being caught sank like a needle in water. The slightest sound was echoing around the dead silent mansion, capable of giving me a heart attack any second. I released a breath of relief. I was holding while remembering that dreadful journey I covered at this moonless midnight. I tried to take every step so silently that the person blessed with rabbit ears can't hear it. But my heart stopped when that vase was about to fall and expose my plan. But I was fast enough to not only save that antique piece of art, but my plan too. The best part is the absence of Taewang tonight. I never thought it would be so easy to escape from this hell when the devil is not around. In these 3 days, I obeyed his every command. It was so hard to hide my rebellious behavior, and guess what? He started trusting me from those simple acts. If he weren't so dark, he could be a nice person. What the hell? I quickly shoved away the thought. He can never be nice. He is cruel, bad, a devil. He forced me into this relation, and I don't want to see his face ever again. I sighed tearfully. What's taking so long, Kai? It's past the time that he said. My heart throbbed with fear. But I tried to calm myself. He had never driven around the forest before. It could be hard for him, and that too sneaking inside Kim's property. I looked around anxiously as my heart was not accepting any kind of consolation. My patience ran out a long time ago. Now I can't lose hold from the rope of hope. Taking a deep breath, I stepped toward the back door and decided to cover some part alone, as standing under the roof of the devil's mansion isn't giving good vibes. It was hard to roam around the mansion without being suspicious, as he sticks with me most of the time. Only a few hours after returning from university is all that I got to explore and memorize the place. It's more like a maze than a house, I must say. Most of the hours are ruined because of similar corridors and hallways. I don't understand why a single person needs to live in such a giant mansion. But again, it's Kim Taewang. Nothing about him is normal. I roamed my hands on the cold metal door in this humid night, trying to find the handle which will unlock my gate of freedom. Damn it. Why didn't I carefully examine it when I found it this evening? It is just a normal metal door, but where the hell is the handle? Planning to be the dinner for wilds. My search stopped abruptly, my hands glued to the door as my mind instantly recognized the voice. My heart sank deep in the ocean of fear when I heard footsteps approaching me. No, no, no. This isn't happening. This can't be true. After every effort, every sacrifice, so much patience, I can't fail just like this. My mind started working at the speed of light, thinking of a way out of here. I am just a step far from freedom. Kai must be on his way. Should I jump over the gate and run for my life? Maybe he couldn't find me. But if he did, he won't spare Kai this time. My body shuddered remembering how eager he was to kill him. But too bad, they sleep early, not like my disobedient wife. I felt Taewang's hot breath on my nape. My body practically shivered when his fingers traveled their way from my arms to my hand. He pulled away my hands from the cold door to his even colder palms. Why aren't you asleep? He gripped my shoulders tightly while my palms were sweating. His calmness is scary. Why didn't he shout? At least it doesn't force me to pay attention to his every move. His shouts used to be better than this. In a second, he turned me around. I restricted my hands to hide my face, not because of shyness but fear. Even when I am caught, I don't want to expose it. Maybe he is unaware of everything and just came, fetching me around. I looked down, trying to avoid his burning gaze, which was ready to burn me. Where were you planning to go, baby? He lifted my head with 2 fingers, softly like a loving person, while his tone clearly shows his suspicion. I am not going anywhere, I said as confidently as I could in this situation. Taewang raised one of his brows before cocking his head, signaling me to continue. I gulped, wetting my dry throat. I was waiting for you. Why are you late? I forced myself to pout, knowing his weakness. He was never able to resist it before. He giggled, cupping my cheeks softly. Maybe I am successful to manipulate him. Is that so? He asked softly as guilt struck me like an arrow. But still nodded hesitantly. I can't step back now. It's too late for that. You know you should stop it. He said, caressing the side of my lips where he had bitten me before. Because you're a bad liar. He sang the last part as my heart dropped. Taewang, I am not. He pressed his thumb on my lips, forcefully shutting them. We have a few events to cover before sleeping. His hand snaked around my waist while I was processing the words he uttered in a demanding tone. How can someone's mood swings this fast? Let's go, he said, pulling me beside him. He pulled me softly as I started walking back to my cage in the arm of my captive. We are walking slowly and gracefully, like a perfect couple. But deep down, I know something is not right. An alarm rang inside my head, telling me this could be my last chance. I took a glance beside me. Taewang's aura is becoming darker with every step, which is reducing the gap between the mansion and us. This isn't the first time it has happened. He always puts on his guards around the house like he is entering a fighting ring. His grip on my waist started tightening. I gasped entering the hall. Every guard, every person I saw here working is present, bowing to us like slaves. Taewang pulled me with him as my feet were rooted to the floor. He gave me a smirk as his fingers pierced my flesh. I can feel the possessiveness of his when I am around men, even his men. Everyone stood there ramrod straight as their heads were down, like they would be beheaded if they looked at us. The air of the hall is thick with tension, as I can see every man is holding their breath. I should have known it the moment I heard his voice. I shouldn't have let myself keeping impossible hopes. He knows when he finds me. I looked down, afraid of the consequences. I know that was risky, but it was my only chance. The hope which Dad gave me, the hope which kept my soul alive till now, how can I betray myself? How can I waste their efforts? Suddenly, the hall became dead silent as the echoing footsteps of Taewang halted. Sam, Taewang shouted his name with so much anger that if his voice could have the power to take life. Sam must be lying on the floor. I flinched when Taewang pulled me closer to him, hugging me from the side or more like squeezing me. Dare to eye any man, and I will kill him in front of your eyes. My breath hitched with his dark tone. Understand? He whispered again. I gave a scared nod while trying my best to not break down in front of all. My eyes became the dam of tears, trying to hold them as long as possible. Yes, master. A timid voice was heard as I bowed my head even more. I don't know what this night holds for me, but I can't bear the guilt of others suffering anymore. And from my past experience, I am sure Taewang isn't messing around. His possessiveness is not a joke. What was she doing near the back door? Isn't it past her bedtime? Anger is the only emotion I can feel in his voice. His grip became painfully tight as he pulled me to him even more. Sorry, master. Sorry isn't the answer of my question. His growl echoed around the hall as my soul shuddered with fear. Mrs. Kim was in the room for more than 2 hours, so we expect she was already asleep. That's why we went to sleep, Sam explained slowly with his weak but calm tone. Calm tone? How can he be so calm when someone like Taewang is angry? So your sleep is more important than Mrs. Kim's security. I snapped my head up, looking at him who was glaring at the poor soul. I wanted to say he is exaggerating the matter, but words aren't ready to escape from my mouth. No, master. Taewang hummed in satisfaction as he nodded slowly. His grip on my waist isn't piercing anymore as his eyes are locked on the ground. I can bet something evil is running in his head as a smirk appeared on his face. Then I guess you all will be awake to make sure everything is fine, he said in a not-to-argue tone. No, Tae, they're not. I gasped when I felt him kissing my earlobe. I tried to wiggle out, but that's when I realized he back-hugged me. Shoo, baby girl. You will get your turn, and I expect good answers from you. He snuggles in my hair. If you don't want to make this night worse. I bowed my head down as a tear rolled down my cheek, telling me I failed miserably in front of all these people. Even when I know no one spares a glance at me. Still, it hurts to know that I am living with a person who never misses a chance to make me feel weak. Who never loses a chance to humiliate me. Yes, sir, Sam replied. I wiped my lone tear as I sniffed silently. I know I can't escape from whatever is coming next, and I also know it will be far from my imagination, but still, I have to accept it even when I don't think I deserve it. If he can do this to the people who aren't at fault, what is he planning for the main culprit? I gulped. Good. I felt Taewang releasing me from his cage-like hug, but another second took my wrist in his tight grip. Telling no matter what, he isn't going to set me free. His actions and words both are screaming his cemented decision to imprison me. He started walking towards the stairs while pulling me. His pace was slower than when he pulled me last time, when he was angry. Is he not angry? Did he forgive me? If you don't want to make this night worse. I turned around as his powerful footsteps echoed around the dark room, confusing me about his current position. Then suddenly the room became dead silent. So silent that I can hear my heartbeats as clearly as someone can hear with a stethoscope. My hands started shivering as adrenaline rushed inside my body, releasing my sweat in a fully conditioned room. The room is reminding me of the dark room where Taewang shoved me on the first day, which was somehow able to break my strong wall. My heart skipped a beat, fearing of past repeating itself. Darkness was once used to be my best friend, my savior, but Taewang snatched it from me the day he took my freedom. He showed me the other side of darkness, something I wished I had never known. Suddenly, something flashed on the front wall. Video of a man, who is hanging upside down, struggling with the ropes as his mouth and eyes are also tied. My heart skipped a beat with the dreadful scene. It took me a few seconds to recognize the person struggling from the ropes, but then my heart stopped. Kai. The only word came out of my lips. I tried to step closer to the screen to make sure he is not Kai, but before I could take another step, I am pulled back harshly, making my back slap a hard chest. "Still choosing this loser over your husband," he said, gritting his teeth as he captured my hands at the back like a prisoner. "Kai. No." Horror filled me when realization hit me. Kai is under Taewang's control. All the worst thoughts came inside my mind. "Taewang, what is he doing here?" I asked in a confused tone, pretending of not to know anything. He pulled my hands back, my back again hit his hard chest, but this time he didn't make a distance. Holding my hands tightly, he placed his chin on my shoulder. As by now tears started flowing like a river, my heart stung seeing Kai struggling in those ropes helplessly. My men found him at the back of our beach house. He smirks, his eyes are also on Kai, but he is enjoying our misery. So I thought of showing him my hospitality. I sobbed looking at his state. I am the reason he is suffering. I am the one who didn't stop him. I was stupid enough to believe we could fight this devil. But soon my face turned towards him harshly. Forgot my words from downstairs. He squeezed my cheeks painfully as I could see anger in his eyes. "Dare to eye any man, and I will kill him in front of you." I froze. He can't be serious. He can't do this to my Kai. Taewang, I am so sorry. He loosened his grip on my cheeks and his thumb started caressing one. You should be. Looking at another man than me is a bad thing." I nodded while sobbing loudly. He released my face and I instantly looked down, not trying to challenge him. "Good girl. Let me give you a reward," he whispered lovingly, tucking a strand of my messed up hair. Before I could understand, the room filled with muffled angry shouts. More tears came as I resist myself from looking up. Every muffled word is stabbing me with the knowledge that my love is in danger because of me. I struggled even more. I can't hear this, trying to bring my hands out of Taewang's grip. But all it led to was him tightening the grip and pulling closer. "Enjoying the music, baby girl," he whispered while I just kept struggling. "If you don't like this, I can change into a painful one too." I stopped struggling the moment my mind processed his words, while he is smirking behind me. "Enjoying our pain and helplessness. Tae, please stop." I heard his mocking giggle from behind. Gulping hard, I decided to target his weakness, the thing by which I can manipulate him. "Is this how you treat your guest?" "This is how I treat someone who lies their eyes on what's mine." I shivered with his dark tone. What should I do to change his mind? He was so eager to kill Kai from the start, and we gave a perfect reason now. "You think I wouldn't find out about your white horse and dark forest?" My heart skipped a beat. He knows it from the start. A whimper escaped when he tightened his grip on my hands painfully. "I will break your hope and his courage of thinking you can escape." He pushed me forward, making me stumble. I took a few steps to prevent myself from falling, but another second he back-hugged me, caging me in his embrace, not letting me cover my ears from hearing this dreadful sound. I shivered when I felt his lips on my neck. "You know the house I caged him in is cursed," he said while a painful event from that house flashed in front of my eyes. I wasn't there for the complete 3 days, but they are the most painful days of my life. Every day, he has planned something for me. Cursed with death. My heart stopped, my blood froze, my tears stopped as the worst possibilities came in my head. I shoved that thought out of my head, not wanting things to get more difficult for me. But fear got a firm hold on me. Fear of watching my Kai in pain. Fear of losing the love of my life in front of my eyes. But as he is my wife's only friend, I won't kill him, he said with so much love that I believed him in a second. Releasing a sigh of relief, I relaxed in his embrace. I will make his life worse than death. I could feel him clenching his jaw as he kept his chin on my other shoulder. "Did you like my idea?" he asked with an evil smile. "Tae, please, please don't," I said between my sobs, trying to convince him. But he put his 2 fingers inside my mouth, forcing my tongue down. Let me give you options first." He removed his hand as I am too shocked to react. "Options? He have options to give pain? Should I smash his little business under my shoes like an insect?" My heart dropped. His business is his life. He spent everything he had in this business. He will be broken if that happens. I shook my head as Taewang nodded, accepting my answer. So should I break his limbs? So he needs the help of someone his whole life. So helping my wife won't be an option. He said so calmly, like he isn't talking about someone's life, like he isn't planning to destroy it. He wrapped his arm around my shoulders and started leading me towards a couch I didn't notice till now. Personally, I liked the second option. What say, baby? I was silent, trying to find a way from which I can bring out Kai from his grasp harmlessly. I think you also like the second option, right? He made me sit beside him while I sat there in my own thoughts until I saw him calling someone. Let the show begin. I gulped as I could see the only way. Wiping my tears, preparing myself to sacrifice what I cherish the most for the person who owns my heart. I kneeled down in front of him, holding his legs. I cried harder. Please, Tae, please. I am begging you, please let him go. I cry harder as he froze. I will do anything, I will stay with you. Please spare him. I kept crying and begging in front of him while he sat there frozen. Hope tried to lighten my heart, but soon it vanished when he kicked my hands away. I cry loudly as he holds my chin, making me look at his dark orbs. Every emotion from his eyes is replaced with sheer anger as his hold tightened. I can see this wasn't a good move. It made him angrier, but I will do everything to save Kai. This habit of yours, of saving him, will be his death one day. He released me harshly. Get up, we are not done yet, he commanded. I wiped my tears, getting up on my shaking feet, while my eyes are on his legs, trying to avoid eye contact. He patted his lap, signaling me to sit on it. I stood there frozen, trying to avoid it. He raised his one brow, daring me to disobey him. Knowing not obeying him won't end well, I sat on his lap. While I lost every cent of self-love I have for myself, I loathed my situation, my body, which is so helpless to obey his every unacceptable demand. Was it that hard, huh? He asked, removing the distance between us. It's good for you to obey me. I nodded as tears again started rolling down my face. I am already at the edge of breaking down. I am too tired to fight anymore, and Kai's continuous struggling is making it even more hard to keep fighting for us. He isn't doing it intentionally. I know he would have stayed still if he had known that Taewang was using him to make me surrender. Why are you crying, baby? Did I do anything to him? He asked while wiping my tears. Stop crying, he said again, wiping my tears. Unless you want me to give you a good reason to cry. I shake my head, fully understanding what he means. Wiping my new tears, I tried to stop them. But they again wetted my cheeks. I shivered from his glare as I wiped them. Good girl. He kissed my both cheeks while smiling like an idiot. I can feel his darkness reducing as he stares at me lovingly. Don't cry again. I nodded at his soft tone, trying not to trigger him. For another second, I hold his shirt tightly as he turns me towards the front. Let me show you something. As the screen which is showing the bound man is replaced by my parents' photo. I sucked in a shattered breath as I looked at their dull faces. I know they will blame themselves for this. But in a way, I felt grateful for looking at them. It's been a week since I last saw them, but it felt like an eternity. It's been the longest I've ever been separated from them. Tears threatened to fall from my eyes as another photo showed them eating their meal silently.
Author POV. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction. Words from a genius that everyone learned in their high school. But it takes a whole life to understand its meaning. To understand this rule is not just applied to non-living things, but to us, too. Yoon forgets it and does an action whose reaction is unbearable for her. But will Taewang also do something that he will regret later? Will he make an unforgivable mistake that he won't be able to repent from in his life? What do you all think? Comment down below. And please like, comment and subscribe if you are enjoying the story.